So you are Canadian, Mexican. Do we call you what? Mexicanadian? What do you call yourself?
Mexicanadian, I like that. Usually I call myself no one believes that I'm half Mexican because no one believes that I'm half Mexican because I clearly don't look it. But yeah, I like your term. I'm gonna use that.
Let's talk about your upcoming TV movie, Disney film, Zombies. How did you get that part? How did this happen?
So I was in Toronto and I was just finishing my semester at Ryerson and I was, getting ready to go back home, back to Ancaster where my parents live. And then I get this audition and, it was cool. I loved the script. It was super fun. I had a second audition where we had to dance and sing and act. So I was very nervous about that. And I was like, okay, we'll see what happens. I'm getting ready to go home and I get the call that I got the role and I was so happy. No offense because I, didn't want to go home that much. I'd rather stay in the city. And I was so excited because it was filming in the city in Toronto. So it was this great production. I was able to, be home in Toronto. And it was cool to see the production kind of transform my home, Toronto, into the sets. And especially in Hamilton, they transformed a neighborhood into zombie town.
You're either pro cheerleader or pro zombie.
Could end up at the reject table like that.
What is this? More zombie apparel. You're cut!
So in Zombies, I played Lacey, and she is one of the cheerleaders. So we have zombies and humans, and I'm the human. And basically, in the town they live in, Seabrook, it's this town where society has marked everyone to be perfect, and all the humans have to be clean and organized, and you can only wear pink or blue, and everyone's, basically little robot mannequins. And then you have your zombies. And the zombies, this is kind of cool. So they represent what society has marked today as minorities. And so the humans kind of pick on the zombies because they're not as organized and clean and proper as we are. And so the humans and the zombies, they battle it out with song and dance because it's Disney, so it's super fun. But it basically teaches you a really cool moral about today's society, but you can also sing along with it. So Lacey is victimized about the whole society, and she falls victim to the society's expectations about being perfect. But you'll see she has her own individuality that eventually comes out.
But is it fun playing a baddie?
Yes, I love it. Honestly, I love playing the mean girl. I don't know what it is, but I'm just in my element. I'm I love being mean. I love it.
It's probably because you don't get to do it,
Yeah, you can't be mean in real life. No one will like you.
You were saying? This is supposed to be chemistry.
45 minutes ago, I was a janitor kid, so bear with me.
There was so many aspects that went into filming the movie. There was singing, dancing, and acting all together. So it's a huge production. We had massive choreographies with hundreds of dancers and hundreds of extras, and we had to sing on top of it and act and breathe and blink and everything, and it was a lot, but it was so cool because I've never actually gotten to do that. It was the first movie where I got to sing in it. So it was a new experience, and it was a lot. It was a lot. So I'm excited to see how it all comes together. It's definitely fun, and we have some great choreographers and music producers, so all of those aspects together I think is going to make a really cool film.
What do you do to relax when you're not acting, not on the set? What do you do to chill?
I like to Netflix and chill. I really do love watching films. Especially around this time of year when all the Oscar nominations come out, I tend to watch all the films, and I love doing that. But, nothing too weird. I hang out with my friends, I work out, just normal people things.
Can you tell us a couple, 2 or 3 maybe, if it comes to your mind, of films that you watched recently that, you really loved?
Yeah, so I recently watched I, Tonya, and I think Margot Robbie did a fantastic job. I watched Call Me By Your Name, which I love everything about the movie. I love it, the European feel about it. And the plot is really cool and romantic, and I just really loved that film. And another one, The Shape of Water. I think it was really cool. The plot is very extravagant and out there, but the way it's filmed, you kind of are okay with it, and it's interesting.
Last but not least, if you had your way, say 5 or 10 years from now, how do you see yourself? What would you like to see happen?
The future question. I guess in 10 years from now, I would love to have a place in LA, have a place maybe back home in Toronto, where there's a little town called Grand Bend. It's like a beach town. And, you know, establish my career and be able to move around to LA and Canada as much as I can and kind of just be more established.
A new Disney Channel original movie premieres Friday, February 16th on Disney Channel.
As they say in old zombie tongue, Gazar Nutty Garzain Garsik.
You just thanked me for rubbing peanut butter on your umbrella.
Oh,